Elon Musk and the right wing. And, well, he's meddling in another country's election and another. He aligned himself with the far right fascist party in Germany. Not surprising. A South Africani, because that's what he is. His family made their money mining gems in South Africa during apartheid, where people of color were treated as second class citizens. Um, you know, all I can say is he's a fascist. He aligns himself with a party that the leader of the German government during World War II would love. Almost as bad as his fascist party. But remember, he is a South Africani who was raised partially under the apartheid system, who basically, is a racist, I feel, anyways. At least has those type of views. I mean, Elon Musk is just not a nice person, just not a good person. I mean, doesn't care about his workers. I mean, that's the problem. There are no workers' rights in this country. They've been watered down for years. Now they're talking about ending the National Labor Relations Board. They're limiting this, limiting that. I remember hearing that workers were dying of heat exhaustion in trucks, unloading them, that if they didn't, they'd be fired, that they were afraid. Amazon is resisting the union, even though the union is legal, even though people have joined it. They just, screw you. I don't care. I'm not going to negotiate. We don't care. We don't give a damn. The whole country is going to hell. After World War II, the GIs that came back, they felt like they had accomplished something. And for a short period of time, unions thrived. I mean, you had the GI Bill going where it was, you could go to school. You had the cost plus to build the war effort up, where after Pearl Harbor, basically money was being given out hand over fist for workers for the war effort. And then the war ended. People settled down. People relaxed. And big corporations saw their opportunity. They started offshoring things, cheaper labor. Products weren't necessarily better. They weren't necessarily worse. It was just cheaper labor. Everything was cheaper. Even for a while when you needed technical support. It wasn't in the United States. You were sent to India. Why? Because of the exchange rate between the rupee and the dollar. It's dollars and cents. Global economy, ship things around the world, make it cheaper and cheaper. Screw the worker. That's what it's all about. Who are the workers? They're what makes things run. If there are no workers, there are no jobs. You know, it's funny. In the United States, protest was big in the 60s, but then it kind of fizzled out. It was anti-war in the 60s. The war in Vietnam was over. People stopped. There have been other workers' movements that have, come up. Uh, Being in Illinois, it's always been a labor town, Chicago especially, Haymarket Square, et cetera, et cetera. Um, the funny thing is, we made fun of the French. American fries instead of French fries, things like that after 9/11. Everyone seemed to come together, but I don't know. Maybe the pandemic has made things worse, and now that we're out of it, I don't know. All I know is that big business is really screwing us bad. In France, if the workers were getting screwed over like we are here in the United States, they would call a general strike and everything would stop. The country would grind to a halt. The French government is afraid of the people. In the United States, the people are afraid of the government. I've seen why. A lot of the police tend to side with the corporations. Hell, I was beaten up by police after a Cubs game because they were upset that they couldn't drink in a bar, and we were patrons in the bar that went there to see a show. They had an underage show with live music and then later an overage show, and they didn't want to wait. So they saw us, and they just assumed that we were the ones involved with doing that, so they beat us up because they were drunk. And I remember people screaming, "Call the police on the police," as if that would do any good. We were just told to get the hell out of there. Well, Elon Musk, seizing power around the world, he is the richest man. He figures might makes right, and money is might, economic might, and he's willing to spend millions. Hell, after he backed our last election and used the platform that he bought, and all of his tweets supporting his candidate weren't considered political contributions. They should have been. If he would have had to buy that much influence, would have cost thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, tens of millions. Oh well. Welcome to the oligarchy. Elon Musk, you suck.